Episode 4, Memory Hole. Oh, back again, I still can't believe what happened yesterday. We got the perpetrator of the bombings. Everything looks that way. But at what cost? I mean, did we do the right thing? Flagging Miss Maternova as dangerous? Did we kill her in the end? I wish you could talk to me, at least this one time. Speaking into this one-way channel, feels like barking at a wall endlessly. Oh, I never thought about that, but I didn't realize that Symes was talking to me and I never said anything back to him. Damn, that's rough. That's rough, but I guess there's a reason why they're doing it like this, right? Because the police person and the person in charge of the Orwell system could introduce some biases or something. Worst of all, as you found out, Abraham Goldfels seems to have incited and planned the assaults. We need to get him, today. There must be some lead on him we have overlooked. We'll keep observing all others in case we learn something new. Day 4. Let us start with the quote of the day. Ooh, luck runs out, but safety is good for life. What does that mean? Oh, well. See, this time, our first 3 days, it went relatively smoothly right until the end, but this time, things are gonna probably change up quite a bit because people now know we're here. That's gonna make things very different. They're not gonna be willing to say things or write down things. Oh. Phone call? Multiple homicide. When prompted to surrender, the suspect instead shouted out aggressively while producing a firearm, aiming at one of the executing special agents. The suspect then opened fire, wounding special agent on the left shoulder. In defense, special agent drew his pistol and returned fire, as the situation briefing had already suggested to proceed with extreme caution. I don't think this even has to do with the situation briefing being, whatever, right? Because if you have a gun and the person you're facing draws a gun, it's very natural for you to draw a gun back. The suspect was hit in the chest twice, causing her to collapse. An ambulance was called, but the paramedics were unable to resuscitate the target. Time of death was announced at the scene. Well, it's done. There's not much we can do. Did we not look at those things? How come they're highlighted? Oh, did they fix it? Yeah, they did. Harrison? I'm not sure if there's anything. What the heck? Huh. Off to a slow start on this chilled Sunday morning. This is gonna be my day, I can fucking feel it. Huh. In case anyone does recognize the woman next to me, let me know. Just kidding, very obviously. Don't be mad at me, Marka. So, this is the life when you get good money from the national corruptor. I get it now. Ooh, his friends are... Is that someone from his band? The hairstyle kinda looks like it. Damn. Oh, he wrote about his article on his timelines. That's why he kept quiet here for so long, congratulations! What the hell? The big revolutionary himself! A lackey to one of the most pro-fascist, pro-surveillance bullcrap newspapers? That picture! Is that spick and span babyface you? And that text, loose lips sink terrorist ships? Will the real Hancock please stand up? Guess the gov bought you like everyone else. See the revolution go down the drain! Excuse me now, I gotta puke way more than I ate. Peter, I know what you mean. I feel you. When the TMB called on me to ask if I would write for them, I laughed at them hard for 30 minutes straight before hanging up. But then they called me again to let me know I could write whatever I want. No strings attached. Hell, I can even fucking swear, and I do frequently. Now I got the attention and reach I always wanted, and I can use it for the good cause. Huh, but you're writing about things that Peter thinks you normally wouldn't write about. Well, good luck. With an article like that, you could not be any further away. He sounds quite upset when he deleted his stuff. I wonder if that means anything. Cause I thought that he deleted all this stuff just to get the job, but why would he sound so upset if that was the case? Oh. Okay, there's a lot. Alleged perpetrator of Bonton bombings dead. Nina M. Listen, I don't like the reports either. We needed to cover the fact that this happened somewhere in public. We can't frighten people. Sometimes their truth and ours have to divert for the common good. So there's lies here. Stormed the flat of Nina M. yesterday evening. See, this is funny because I'm pretty sure whether or not we had the right address, it would still give us the same article. Because if we had the right address, then they would actually storm her flat. That's a very clever little trick here. Upon searching the apartment of the deceased, special forces discovered nearly half a dozen additional homemade explosive devices. Which Nina had created with easily accessible chemicals, hardware, and military equipment. Investigative forces have indicated that military-grade equipment belonged to Nina M. during her military service, which she was allowed to keep when she was dishonorably discharged. Upon receiving the news, Secretary of Security Catherine Delacroix showed relief. Our endeavor to find this evil individual has finally been crowned with success. I have never had any doubt about the capability of our investigative methods, aka me. This concludes a dark chapter in the history of Bonton and all of the nation. We'll see about that. Heavy rainstorm ravages Bonton and Farview. Like, the more crap is happening in Bonton, the worse the weather gets. Forecasts had predicted bad weather for Saturday, but no one had been expecting harrowing results of this magnitude. Trees were uprooted, obstructing streets and burying cars. Luckily, no casualties, only 4 people injured. But material damage is expected to reach into the millions. Wow! Firefighters were called to more than 300 operations and temporarily had a hard time to respond. Meteorologists have confirmed that the storm caused by Low Matilda is among the 10 worst rainstorms in the history of Bonton since the beginning of weather recordings. Holy crap. That tells me that things are only gonna get worse from here. Exclusive interview with gym founder Ronson. This guy might show up later, because what I've been noticing is that the things in the ads on the side and the little things that you don't think are important, they eventually show up. They eventually show up in the story, so this guy, we might want to pay attention to him. Oh my god, he's opened 100 gyms in the nation. How does that make you feel? Good. Oh my god. He tested all the equipment in every gym. Really? You must be kidding me for sure. I do not kid. So I understand you come from a pretty poor background. Your family had 6 children to feed and your father was unable to find work for a large amount of your childhood. How did you overcome these obstacles? My father always told my brothers and me, boys, there is not a problem you cannot solve. Go out to face whatever hinders you and punch it in the face as hard as you can. So I did exactly that. An interesting metaphor. It's not a metaphor. He went straight to the manager of the bank that they were highly indebted to and punched him in the face. Okay. Wow. Oh, the manager suggested an investment model for a gym chain. I then came up with the name Gym. So what does Gym stand for anyway? It stands for Gym. It's all capitals because I thought it would look like it had more energy that way. Maybe this guy wants to hire a PR person. Yep, that is it. What is this? Oh god, oh god, oh god. Yeah, O'Donnell speaking. Harrison, this is Juliet. Isn't this your office number? You working on Sunday? Look, as much as I appreciate that I am once again so important to you, I'm a bit in between things. Harrison, Nina's dead! Quit bullshitting me, not funny. Take a look at the TMB if you don't believe me. What the? What? She's been associated with the Bonson bombings. I can't believe it. Nina, you stupid piece of... Why in all hell? There's more. I spoke to her yesterday. She called me. I've never heard her so scared. Said she was being tracked by someone and needed to skip town. She just wanted to let me know what was going on, in case anything happened to her. Then she packed a few things and went her way. Wait. What do you mean, being tracked by someone? She suspected someone to be wiretapping her calls. She wasn't exactly willing to talk about it. I don't know for sure, but I think it could have been the police. Oh, this is fucking brilliant! How long until they discover the connection to us, huh? They might be listening to this very call as we fucking speak about Nina. Why would they? We didn't do anything, or did you? No, damn it! But it's becoming blatantly obvious that these gov assholes are trying to set us up. The bombs were exactly where we held our protests. Then those letters with the song Abe obsessed about. And now you tell me you've been in contact with Nina just yesterday? Pretty much the proof they've been waiting for. We're cooked. Huh. You really believe the government has it in for us? I thought you and the gov were best friends forever now after reading your opinion pieces. For what reason would they be after us? Why now? What did we do? Speaking up against them one too many times? The fuck do I know? We should seek help, just in case. Help? Who's gonna help us? Josef Langley might be worth a shot. Who? Cassandra's lawyer, don't you remember? Freaking lawyer? What do you want him to do? Bust law enforcement? The government? He understands our situation. Abe also knew Josef. I talked to him recently. Really, Jules? They make the laws, they break the laws. We'll need to speak in a language they'll understand, not the one they own. So, I take it you've got a much better plan then, huh? We need to get the people on our side, turn things around. Abraham knew that. Yeah, you're right. He did know that. So now that you're miraculously achieving something that Thought spent 1.5 years attempting, this is not about Thought. This is about defending myself. Well then, what's your defense plan? There's this one guy. A guy? Uh-huh. Goes by the name Initiate. Might actually be a girl. Who cares? Look, this hack on the Thought blog. It was a very elaborate hack. Our site is super safe. I'm not an amateur. That guy, girl, whatever, is skilled. An Initiate mentioned having no sympathy for the government. You're gonna trust a random hacker who targeted Thought simply because he said he doesn't like the government? Why would he first threaten us, then work with us? Leave it to me, Jules. I'll persuade an Initiate with ease. Imagine the possibilities with our own hacker. Okay, you know what? Have it your way. I'll have it mine. Arguing like the good old days. Is your Utah alias still Julesy Kerr? Might be more secure than calling each other. Yeah, it is. Let's going. There goes my chilled Sunday morning. My mind is still spinning around what happened to poor Nina. Watch yourself, okay? What? Are you worried about me, Jules? I didn't know you still... no. Bye, Harry. So hopefully... that was a pretty long conversation. Hopefully there wasn't anything I needed to do immediately, but let's get this. This is so strange then. I'm just thinking about how Symes gets no communication from me aside for the information I give him. That's so cold. Abe also knew Josef. Why am I not surprised? This whole web. It's all interconnected. They know each other? Very well. This could be a new lead. I'll request to consider Josef Langley a target. Yet another person in our database, because we're so convinced we're doing the right thing. Huh. We have clearance to proceed. We're gonna need to know some basics on who Josef Langley is. Remember to check old sources. Other than that, focus on hints to Abraham Goldfels. He's the center, the crux of all this. Symes seems to be starting to question everything a little bit, The government assholes are trying to set us up. It's not me, but I can't say that someone else isn't doing it. It is quite stupid to set up the bombs in the same place you hold protests, right? Seems to be the natural reaction. They must be setting us up because we didn't do anything for sure. I almost understand it. Almost. Good enough. Yeah, why are you working on Sunday? You were working on Saturday. I can get behind that. But working on Sunday too? Is it just because you don't want people to get into your private mobile phone number? Is that it? Multiple people have mentioned that they couldn't reach Juliet on her private phone number. Saturday, Sunday. She sure works a lot, but then again, so do we. Oh, what if she's a hacker? What if she's initiate? The way that Harry said, I don't know if initiate is a guy or a girl, that almost makes me think it's a girl. Cause, I don't know, a little bit of a hint, huh? Join forces, wise ass? Hey, wise ass, I have no idea who you are and why you suspect us of being involved in the Bonson bombings. Were these usual circumstances? I wouldn't care less about a weirdo like you. But you just told me in your last email, you would now tend to another. Well, have a look at the TMB. Is this the person you wanted to tend to? Soon enough, you will have some serious explaining to do, and it won't be to me if you get what I mean. Lucky you. I'm not ready to continue this ridiculous battle or whatever this is. Now we've all made ourselves comfortable in the same sinking ship. I want to suggest something better than battling each other. You claim to be righteous? Then be righteous. Become a member of thought. Are we really still talking about this now? Really? You say you're not on the government side, so why not be on ours? H. So one thing that I want to remember to keep in mind is, I found it kind of strange. Hang on, maybe I should take this. I found it kind of strange how Initiate threatened Harry, but did not threaten Nina. If I remember correctly, he or she, never threatened Nina. Wanted to help her almost. Yeah, he hacked Harry and was in contact with Nina. I can't imagine Initiate would have liked Nina dying. I thought Mr. O'Donnell left Thought. Now he's actively recruiting for the group. Makes his exit seem unlikely. Oh. Maybe we should be going back to... Where was it? The band page. Where was the band page? That's where we got that information, right? That Harry quit Thought? Was it? I just want to see where that information came from and who said it. He quit the band. Where was that information from? I don't quite remember. Oh well, maybe we'll run into it again later. Josef Langley. Yep, now we can get your picture. Your 1992 picture. Own law office. Yup, that was some time ago. When was Cassandra born? Own law office in the city of Bonson. Self-employed. Symes didn't put the 2 and 2 together. So that was that. Procedure closing. That's a more recent picture. That seems to be it. But JL Law Offices. Law Offices of Josef Langley. Ludgell. Okay. After my release from prison, I got involved in a violent knife fight and was facing a jail term for parole violation. Josef submitted a plea for mitigation, which was granted. Now I'll just spend 6 months in community service, then I'll be a free man again. Was that supposed to be convincing testimony? Meet Mr. Josef Langley, your reliable partner in law. Anyone? I'm a little bit surprised that this law firm only has one lawyer. Seems kind of busy to me. Because you know how law firms are usually named, right? They're named after the last names of the owners. So it would be like Langley and somebody, but this guy's on his own. Josef studied criminal law in Stellingen University. Instantly after his graduation in 1992, Josef Langley partnered with Catherine Delacroix, a fellow student who is now officiating as Secretary of Security in the government, to found a new criminal law office of their own. Delacroix and Langley Legal. What did I say? Huh, but she left. Wow, I didn't even know she had a law career going before she actively joined politics. Mr. Langley definitely has been around. A lot of politicians are formerly lawyers, huh? Hillary Clinton is a lawyer. Wasn't Obama a lawyer also? So far, so good on Mr. Langley's background. Excluding the connection to Delacroix, everything seems unsurprising. What we need to know right now are his connections to Abraham Goldfels, and possibly the other members of Thought. See, this is starting to get really not so good, because if Josef is connected to Catherine Delacroix and Abraham Goldfels, that's like a 1-degree separation of relationship between the Thought and the government. Which makes it really much more likely that the government has to do with this. When Mrs. Delacroix realized her ambition for politics in 1997, she and Mr. Langley decided to part ways. Josef Langley kept his office, which was renamed to Law Offices of Josef Langley. Since then, Josef Langley has taken the side of the defense in the courtroom innumerable times. His record includes everyday cases as well as high-profile media-fueled trials. CV. Wow. This guy's only had not even really two different positions, because he's doing the same thing. He's only had 2 jobs since graduation. That's insane. That's actually insane. Ooh, year abroad in Argentina. Military service? Didn't really take him for a wait. I doubt that means he has any combat experience. I was thinking, wouldn't this put him into contact with Nina? Hang on. 1983, was Nina even born back then? Yeah, okay, that's a little bit too much of a difference. This guy is old. My wife made a complaint about me being abusive, and I got charged with assault and battery for it. I turned to Josef Langley, who successfully impeached her credibility. The scales of justice tipped in my favor thanks to this man. When I read this, I kind of get the impression that this guy actually did beat his wife. Well, that's what lawyers do, right? Lawyers are not really people that uphold justice. They just make sure that whoever is being sued fairly. That's all. We have experience you can rely on. Josef Langley knows how to handle cases of various complexity. Assault, violent crimes, DV, drug possession, gun possession, DUI, corruption, contract violations, forgery, fraud, identity theft, copyright infringements, parole and probation violations. Significant cases. Josef Langley's track record include the lion's share scandal. Oh yeah, we read about that before. Which received nationwide media coverage in 2010. In that case, he defended construction entrepreneur Elwood Hendricks. Have we heard that name before? Elwood Hendricks, who had taken on a governmental contract for highway construction. When it became apparent his road pavement was of inferior quality than paid for, Hendricks' firm became subject to corruption investigations. Josef Langley took on the defense for Hendricks, during which he was able to convincingly argue that Hendricks had actually acted on the behalf of the Secretary of Transportation, Greenway, who had taken the largest part of the money put aside in the fraudulent process. The case ended with a minor sentence for Hendricks, whereas Greenway had to step down and was sentenced to imprisonment. Wow. This guy knows his stuff. Elwood Hendricks, yeah, huh. Oh. Feel like we've heard that before. Yeah, I remember perfectly well. No way anybody missed the case at that time. That was either courageous or dumb. Seemingly, it turned out to be the former for some time. Now it might be the latter. Yeah, well, according to TV shows and stuff, some lawyers want to take on high media profile cases to make sure their own reputation increases. 2010. No relation to a split with Delacroix? My son was charged for reportedly having dealt drugs at his school. Josef Langley was able to convince the jury that this was all a big misunderstanding. Jeffrey is now a carefree boy again. Mr. Langley truly is a tower of strength when it comes to criminal law. A+++ would use again. Are you facing criminal charges? Don't hesitate. Ah. Never bet or rely on your luck when it comes to criminal charges. Bet on us. If you require assistance, consultation, or simply have a question, don't hesitate a second to call. How can this guy handle all the cases by himself? No other partners? We might need to storm his law office later. Alright, I believe that is it for the website. Okay. Josef Langley. Juliet. Hello, am I talking to Josef Langley? Hello there. Yes, you are. And who would you be? I'm Juliet, Cassandra's friend. We spoke a couple of days ago. Yes, of course. Hey, Juliet. How may I help you? Honestly, I don't quite know where to start. By the way, I heard from Cassandra. I'm sorry I didn't get back to you yet. Really? That's good. Where is she? It's not so good. She got arrested. What? Why? I was informed Cassandra had been taken into custody. Apparently, they have new evidence regarding the attack on that officer. I tried to call immediately, but they claim she didn't want to talk to me. That's their official statement. That does seem a little fishy. Where did they suddenly dig up new evidence from? Oh, Juliet's gonna find out that we have a tap on her too. I have no idea, but I've just had it with her shenanigans. It's just so annoying that I can't talk to her. I've been trying every precedent I know to get in contact with her. Joseph, this sadly aligns perfectly with another incident. You've probably read the TMB today? You mean about the Bompton bombing's perpetrator? Yes, the woman that died, Nina. She was a friend, and also a member of our group, Thought. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I had no idea. It's okay, you couldn't have possibly known. You're right, this is very troubling. He might be lying, he knows Abe. Come to think of it, Abraham asked me for a favor for someone called Nina once, quite some time ago. I hope it wasn't this Nina? Might well be. I doubt Abe knew many other people named Nina. What was the favor about? Oh, it was just a small thing, nothing of importance. Now you know it's important. I just spoke to Harrison, another member of our group. We agree that the police might be investigating us next. They might be onto everyone in Thought now. They might lock us up straight away. I mean, can they do that? Well, even with the safety bill in place, they still need solid indication that you're all involved in the actual bombings. At all involved. Although honestly, I'm not sure what constitutes a solid indication these days. Is there anything we can do that you can do maybe? Juliet, I appreciate that you've come to me. It really is worrying, and I would take this on immediately were it not for Cassie. I made the mistake to set false priorities once. I owe Cassandra to get her out of this one first. Joseph, Nina's dead. She got shot. There's no telling if we're next. Oh, well, that doesn't really... You're sensationalizing this, Juliet. I need time to read into some more specialized codes of laws again, write some emails, see if there's any legal limbo or basically anything I can do for Cassandra. Maybe I'll come across something that might help you as well. After all, these cases seem connected. It's all I can offer. I hope you understand. I do. It's kind of a relief, thank you. I wish I could do more. I'll let you know. Okay, bye. Goodbye, Juliet. Goodbye, Juliet! Exclamation mark. Despite the age difference and the whole flicking out on Cassandra thing in episode 1, he does seem like a good guy. On the outside. If I'd be in that situation, I'd be trying to get my girlfriend out of there too. Yeah, it's kind of hard to help Julia first because she's walking around freely right now. No one's out to get her yet, but we know that Cassandra's already arrested. So yes, as a lawyer and her boyfriend, Josef would prioritize Cassandra. Makes perfect sense. Yeah. A favor for Nina. A favor for Miss Maternova? This could be important. Follow this lead. It's not like you say, follow this lead and I can find it, you know? Ooh. Troubling. Very troubling. I'm sorry for what happened. But answer me this. Number 1. How can I join thought when I'm already a part of it? Oh my god! Who is it? Juliet. Okay. Do you think it's someone that we don't know or someone that's already in this web here? If it's someone that's already in this web, then it can only be Juliet or Abe, pretty much. Send me your answer. I feel like that's a virus. Oh. Initiates. I don't know about that link. He is a member already? Why didn't we find any hints at his history with thought then? I'm gonna hold off. Wait, timelines. Oh, maybe that's a timeline profile. Well, I'll hold off on that for a second, because I don't know about that.